Hello everyone, and tonight we are going to review something else because the plot to the Super Babies 2 movie plot is too short. Instead, we are reviewing Spawn. So sorry to everyone if the Super Babies 2 review is delayed.
Spawn is a 1997 American superhero action film loosely based on the comic book of the same name, by Todd McFarlane and published by Image Comics. Directed and co-written by Mark Arizona Dippe, a former Industrial Light and Magic animator, the film stars Michael Jai White in the leading role.
Spawn is an origin story of the character, and begins with Al Simmons, a soldier/assassin who is killed and resurrected as Spawn, a reluctant, demonic leader of Hell's army. Spawn eventually refuses to lead Hell's army in the war against heaven and turns against evil forces altogether. The film co-stars John Leguizamo as Clown/the Violator, Al's demonic guide and the film's antagonist, and Nicole Williamson as Al's mentor Cogliostro. Martin Sheen, Teresa Randall, D.B. Sweeney and Melinda Clark also star.
Spawn was released in the United States on August 1, 1997. It was the first film to feature an African American portraying a major comic book superhero. This was Nicole Williamson's final film appearance before his death on December 16, 2011. Are you ready, Memcat?
Yeah, and okay. Al Simmons, Michael Jai White, a military soldier/assassin, is betrayed by the head of a covert government agency, Jason Wynn, Martin Sheen. Wynn assigns Simmons a mission to take out a biochem plant in North Korea while ordering his top assassin, Jessica Priest, Melinda Clark, to assassinate him. After Simmons dies from a gas fire caused by Wynn, he arrives in Hell, where Malebolgia, Frank Welker, the devil, offers him a fortune deal. If Simmons becomes his eternal servant and leader of his army in Armageddon, he will be able to return to Earth to see his fiancée, Wanda Blake, Teresa Randall. Simmons accepts the offer and is returned to Earth.
When he returns, Simmons learns that 5 years have passed. Wanda is now married to his best friend, Terry, D.B. Sweeney, and living the life he longed for, including the daughter he never knew, Cyan, Sydney Bodoin. He encounters a strange clown-like demon cult violator, John Leguizamo, who acts as a guide, setting Spawn onto the path to evil. He also meets a mysterious old man named Cogliostro, Nicole Williamson, a fellow Hellspawn who freed his soul and now fights for heaven. Jason Wynn has become a high-class weapons dealer and developed the ultimate biological weapon, Heat 16. During the reception, Simmons attacks Wynn, kills Jessica and escapes, instinctively using Spawn's strange armor.
Following Simmons' attack, the Violator convinces Wynn to have a device attached to his heart that will trigger the worldwide release of Heat 16 should his vital signs flatline. The device is supposedly a safeguard against assassination attempts, but Malebolgia actually wants Simmons to kill Wynn and trigger the apocalypse. Spawn confronts the Violator, who turns into his demonic form and beats him down. Cogliostro rescues him and teaches him how to use his necroplasm armor before Spawn learns that Clown and Jason are going to kill Terry.
Meanwhile, Terry has just finished texting a fellow newsman who sent him evidence exposing Jason Wynn. After the transmission, Cyan enters the room, with Jason right behind her. Jason destroys Terry's computer and takes the family hostage. When Spawn arrives, he ends up almost killing Jason Wynn, despite his warning that his death will launch the Heat 16 bombs. Only after realizing that Jason's death would ultimately mean the death of Cyan does he relent.
Instead, he extracts the device from Wynn's body before destroying it. His plan's foiled. Clown draws Spawn and Cogliostro into Hell, where Spawn tells Malebolgia that he will never leave his army. He escapes with Cogliostro just before they are overwhelmed and returns to the real world. The Violator follows and there is a final battle between him and Spawn, ending with Spawn severing the demon's head with his chains. Jason Wynn is arrested and Spawn, realizing there is no place for him in Wanda's world anymore, dedicates himself to justice rather than succumbing to his lust for vengeance.
And for the reviews, the film has received negative reviews from film critics. According to Rotten Tomatoes, the film is rated at 19% on the tomatometer, based on 42 reviews, with a consensus calling it, Spawn is an overbearing, over-violent film that adds little to the comic book adaptation genre, and garnering a score of 34 out of 100 from 17 critics on Metacritic.
Well, I watched this movie a few times so I don't like it. I really do, because I the gross parts I saw.
Well, we will be reviewing something next. So stay tuned.
Yes, and tonight we will be reviewing Spider-Man 2. In less than 30 minutes.